Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Welcome. This is the Jeranism show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, seek truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is art on the Speaker's Corner. 2 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 2 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is art on the Speaker's Corner.
And welcome everybody to another episode of Speaker's Corner. We are on to number 10. Believe it or not, it doesn't seem like it's been that many, but it has been. I promise you, there's been no skipping. And let's get this on real quick here. Hello. Hello. There we go. Hope you guys are all well. We've got some people lined up already. I'm going to put up the phone number on the screen here momentarily. And you can also use the link to join through StreamYard. So we'll get going quickly, but I'm going to show myself real quick. Not going to call any sponsors today, except for myself. So let's bring this up real quick. Speaker's Corner. Yes, let's go to 1 second. I need to make sure I've got this thing set up here correctly. Nope, let's move it over here. Browser solo. Okay, so we've got something I'm selling in my store. If you haven't seen it yet, let me show you. Let's bring it over here. And that's going to work there. All right, there we go. So it is at shop.jeranism.com. Head over there if you would be so kind. If you're interested in any of the consultation services, of course, those are the crypto and other such things. Learn how to stream with OBS, edit videos, things like that. I can help you with those things. Also, donations buttons here, but then down here we've got the ebook collection and the video content, which this one is still being put together. I have to send all my old videos through Handbrake. If you don't know what Handbrake is, it reduces the size of the videos so that I can actually fit them on a USB. Right now, it's a little bit more difficult than I had expected. But this item here, ebook collection, can bring it up here and go ahead and buy now. One of the great things about buying this is you can use any of these cryptocurrencies. So you can use Monero, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Litecoin. All these works really great. You basically just click it. You say, I'm using Bitcoin or Monero. Click continue. Put in your email, first name, last name, street address, city, hit pay, and it brings up a barcode for you to scan. You pay that through the cryptocurrency. And it's that easy. But I did want to just show you what exactly you are getting now that the thing is complete. So this is the completed USB. It is organized as best as I can. It's a little crazy for sure, but it's there. So I have this first folder here that's going to be called 100% worth the price, because just in this folder alone, I think are enough ebooks to make it worth the price. So, starting with 1984, of course, George Orwell's 1984, The Secret Government from 1909, I believe that is. Yes. And we've got the Book of the Constitution of the Grand Lodge of the Freemasons. You're going to see tons of Freemason stuff. You've got the Babylonian Talmud. You've got a book on Nikola Tesla. You've got the Kabbalistic Bible. Bloodlines of the Illuminati. A lot of people have already read that, but that's a pretty extensive book. Book of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite. Also Freemasonry. One of the best books you can get right. Oh, I don't even know what this is. I was showing this to somebody earlier. I found this in I have no idea what it is. Let me see if it can come up if I double click it. Oops. Oh, it won't come up over there because it's a PDF and my PDF doesn't have a good zoom. So you've got, it's just all this little Freemasonry stuff and little secret to this and that. I don't know, crazy. Charles Fort, if you've never read his stuff, you need to do so. This is 1,180 pages called The Book of the Damned. It's a great book. You've got the collected writings of Jack Parsons. You've got a book on deism, this is called Dumb Kids, but it's Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. We've got the Encyclopedia of the Ancient and Forbidden Secrets. We've got something on the equinox. So this goes on and on. We've got the Freemason Bible, one of the, hard to find this, but it's a great little resource. It's 1,032 pages of the Freemasonic Bible. It's even got all the way at the end, like this glossary of all the terms that are used by Freemasons. In the concordance, where's the Freemason Dictionary of the Bible? They have this whole section there. That's a great pickup. You've got the Francis Bacon, Discovery of the Miracles, Art, Nature, and Magic. I'm sorry, Roger Bacon. You've got, there's Francis Bacon. The Great Cryptogram, The Great Secrets, which is a book that I've got, Adolf Hitler. Here, what's that? Some records of him being alive after he was supposed to be dead. You've got the Hunter Biden laptop. We're going to skip past that, but that is in there as well. You've got Morals and Dogma, of course. Everybody probably has read that by Albert Pike. We've got this one. We're not going to mention the name of it. We're just going to show it real quick and skip right past it. Really, show it. 426 pages, and there you go. Okay, we'll just put that away. We've got 1,000 Secrets Revealed from the Rich and Wise Men. And this goes on and on. You'll see there's more. Here's the terrible document that is definitely fake, the Protocols of Zion, but there's somebody who want it for research reasons. You've got Secret World Government. You've got Hidden Messages in Water by Dr. Emoto. Secrets of Light by Walter Russell. I mean, absolute must-have. And The Path of Knowledge, The Universal One, also by Russell Wallace. Great Walter Russell. Russell Wallace is the guy with the Bedford Level. And you've also got the Voynich manuscript, which is something that's hard to find, that's never been coded. Nobody even knows what it says. Nobody even understands the language. So you've got all that. Now, that's just the one folder. So we've got on top of that, what happened to my, hold on, this thing's out of the whack here. Go back here. There we go. So you've got all these folders. So you'll see we've got Alien UFO, and this should populate, oops, over here. Why is this not doing this? Hold on. I guess I have to click into each one of them. Oh, I'll do it over here. Let me do it on this side. Okay, there we go. So that's, yeah, there we go. That's better. So you got the alien and UFOs. We've got stuff from America, all kinds of stuff in there. Ancient Egypt. I mean, all these are great books. They're all kind of hand-picked. Legends of the Gods. You've got stuff on hieroglyphics in here. Ancient Greece. You've got a bunch of ancient Greece stuff. You've got ancient Rome. You've got the Apocrypha. So a lot of books from the Apocrypha. You've got Arctic and Antarctic. There's so much stuff in here of Antarctic and Arctic journeys, Captain Cook, all these guys. You've got articles and essays. You've got astrology. You've got Atlantis, autobiographies, children's books. Christianity and religion is a huge section, of course, tons of stuff on that. Different books, you know, you got the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Judas. You've got, here's a Holy Quran is in there. So there's just a whole bunch of books in here. You've got classics. The classics is a great section for, here's your Clockwork Orange. Here's your 2000 Leagues Under the Sea. Here's your Aristotle. Here's your Count of Monte Cristo. Sorry, it's really small for me to look up from over here. You've got the Golden Verses of Pythagoras. Leonardo da Vinci's couple books, his notebook here, all his drawings. You've got, of course, The Wizard of Oz many times over. You've got On the Heavens by Aristotle. I can't really see that now. I've backed you out of there. Move that over a little bit. There you go. So tons of stuff in there. And I could keep going, and I'm probably going to do a video where, oh, here's a codex. This is great. I mean, this is all the codexes that many people have heard about, never probably read. Here's the Codex Vaticanus. So you're talking about the, this is, oh, maybe it's this one I'm looking for. Why does this keep scrolling over? Get back over here. You've got Codex Madrid, Laud, Codex Grolier. Under conspiracies, man, I mean, this goes on and on. This is all the Illuminati, Jesuit conspiracy, the Majestic 12, of course. People know William Cooper wrote that. Memoirs illustrating the history of Jacobinism. You've got Problems of Modern Science, 1922. You've got Secret Government. You've got some fundamentals concerning Jesus. This goes on and on, but I just wanted to get to this one other section here. We've got something on Einstein, a lot of books on Einstein in there. You've got Ether, so a couple of the books on Ether, couple fiction, but the flat Earth is the mecca. So this is all flat Earth books, material. This alone is worth the price. You're talking about Here's Heaven and Earth by Gabriel Henriette, I believe. How about this one? He knew that the Earth is round, but his proof fell flat. We've got Day and Night on a Flat Earth. We've got The Great White South. We've got The Greatest Lie on Earth. We've got Globe Skeptics. We've got geocentric homeschooling information. We've got Newtonian or solar system investigation, the science and facts and the delusions of fiction, which are we to believe, a critical inquiry on the findings of Sir Isaac Newton. We've got 100 proofs that the Earth is not a globe. We've got Plain Truth by Samuel Shenton. We've got, let's see what else we got. Scientific creationism, geocentricity. We've got, let's see what else we got in here. So we got all the Zetetic stuff. So you got Zetetic Volume 1 of the newsletter that used to go out, Zetetic Cosmogony, or conclusive evidence that the Earth is not a spinning ball. We've got some other books in here. I'm having a hard time seeing this. To Truth That the Earth is Flat, written by Unknown, booklet 6. We've got Theoretical Astronomy Examined. We've got a book called The Horizon. Well, that's not a book. That's a PDF somebody sent me. We've got the Zetetic, another copy of the newsletter. The Flat Out Truth. Let's see what else we got here. So the Flat Out Truth, Earth orbits, moon landings, a fraud, says this prophet. We've got Albert in Wonderland is another great one. We've got a couple more PDFs here. Flat Earth evidence to consider. What was that one? The Earth is Flat by Casper Smith. We've got World Beyond the Poles, of course. We've got Terra Firma, Not a Planet, was written by who? I don't remember this one. Very old. I cannot read that. Scripture, Reason, and Fact by David somebody. It's too far away for me to read. So anyway, lots of stuff in here, like I said, and then you go on from there. Look at the Freemasonry alone is a ridiculous section. Why is it listing like that? Let's go view and details. There we go. So all this Freemasonry stuff is insane. So Freemasonry and Education, History of the Freemasons, Volume 1 through 8 or something. Illinois Freemasonry. You've got all these extra pages in here of just different Freemason symbols, symbology. You've got the Freemason Bible as well here. You've got the Duncan Masonic Ritual Monitor, Book of the Ancient Rite. We've got Apocalypse of the Freemasons. And then even, going to the Gnostics, tons of stuff in there. Go down to, I'm not going to say the name of this section. You can kind of read that if you want. It's about the poor 6 trillion. And you've got Judaism, a lot of stuff in here. You've got life after death stuff. You've got maps. These are all, look at this. This is all old ancient maps that I've collected and their years. So you can just see how they kind of, different azimuthal equidistant projections. You've got medical vax related stuff. You've got a whole bunch of miscellaneous images in here that are really just all over the place. There's just a ton of stuff in there. This is kind of the one that I'm like, well, people can have fun going through here. This is just tons of stuff. Oh, what was that one? Paradoxes of the Highest Science. I don't even know that one. Then you've got some stuff on the moon. Of course, you got mysticism. You've got NASA. Tons of stuff in here with NASA, right? So they're mostly technical papers that at one time I downloaded or something. Here's tests on the soft vehicle mobility tests. NASA, the future of. Oh, this is crazy. This is one that talks about their future plans. Timeline of the space race, all kinds of stuff. You got New Chronology, which is going to be your Anatoly Fomenko, 1, 2, 3, and 4, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Occult, packed full of stuff. There's so much stuff in the occult, and so with secret societies. So all this stuff is all secret societies. Rituals of the Rosicrucians, Rosicrucian Cosmos, Conception, the Mysteries. So there's more here than you'll ever read in your entire life. So it goes down to witchcraft. You've got society and politics. You've got sexuality and relationships, self-help and new thought. So it goes on and on and on. Definitely worth the price, and it gets sent to you. And by the way, everyone who already ordered, the drives are here and everything is set up, so they'll start going out tomorrow. So that's fantastic. So that's about it. That's the ebook collection. And I do also have the Jeranism collection, which is going to be all like the band videos. And I probably won't be able to put everything I have because I tried that and it was like ridiculous, like 600 gigabytes. So I'm like, wait, that's not going to work. So I'm having to reduce that a little bit and get that ready. So if you did buy both, because you can get the deal for buying both, I probably will just ship you the USB one now and then give me probably a week on finishing up all my videos because I'm having to put them through, like I said, a reducing of size. All right, that's enough shilling. Let's move on to the show. Bring you back here. Got the phone number and the link on the screen, 888-698-FLAT. Phone lines are open. I'll go back and forth kind of between that and the StreamYard. And we've got StreamYard, which is tinyurl.com/cornerism. And you can go there as well. And if you don't feel like calling in, you can just text the phone line that's on the screen, 888-698-FLAT. And we'll usually get to reading those texts at some point during the night. All right, we're ready to go. Let's bring on our first person. Let me see if we can get this going. Hope everybody's well. I'm having a little bit of a weird day, but either this show will send me over the... Oh, by the way, it is dedicated to all those with 5-foot arms. From last week, we had Brenda who called in who was pretty adamant about the fact that people can reach 6 feet over their shoulders. So what the great thing is for those of you girls out there that are 5 foot, and you maybe have thought you're kind of short, you're really not. You can actually dunk a basketball, not even jumping, which is incredible. I've never seen it. Usually when I see people dunk basketballs, they have to jump, and they're usually like 6'8" or something. But no, not anymore. Just be 5 foot tall, and you just kind of put your arm up and do that. Dunk it right in. It's pretty awesome. So the show is dedicated to them. Let's go to Wheelchair Bear. I believe he's going to be first on the chopping block. And if I can get you on the screen, life will be good. But I don't see you. Where are we at here? Oh, there we go. Now you're there. All right, nope, that's not right either. That one. There you go. And turn off the chat. That's why it's messed up. There you go. What's up, Craig? How are you?
Good.
Good.
That's a really good deal. That your books, $40 for all those books. Wow.
Free shipping. It's a nice drive too. It's a 3.0. I didn't mention that. USB 3.0. So it's a fast drive. It's not like the shitty 1.0
yes,
ones or the 2.0.
That.
So
what about to Canada though? It's probably only within the United States. Right?
No. So when you go to buy it, let's go back here. Oh, you can't see it. But when you click on it, then right above there, there's a little. It says international shipping. Add $10. So if you just click that, then we'll go ahead and ship it to anywhere where you want it.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
I used to get everything shipped to my hometown is connected to the United States, and so I used to. Well, I have a box there, but I don't go there anymore. So,
gotcha. So see right here where I don't know if you can see, but at the top here it says this is when you're buying the item. Then right up here there's an add $10 for international shipping. So you just click that, and now it will add that to there. And then if you get more than one, each time you get more, it obviously reduces the price a little bit. So you keep getting more and more discounts. So anyway, that's that. And let's bring you back on, and we are ready to go. All right, your time's about to start. So welcome to the show. I
won't go long this time. Just one thing. There's have you heard about the litter boxes in the schools for the kids that identify as cats, transgender cats?
No, it's not true. Come on.
That's what I said. And because I have a friend that has her cousin is a teacher.
Right.
And she said, yeah, they made me put litter boxes in grade 8 class.
Wait, are you being serious? Are you being serious?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I said, I still don't really believe it. But then I went to check it out. And CBC, like a while ago, that's the Canadian Broadcasting,
right?
I mean, whatever network, and then all these other places like Reuters and debunking it, right? And they all say the exact same thing. They all say that no, they are not putting litter boxes in bathrooms. Well, and they also worded it that exact way. They're not putting litter boxes in bathrooms
because they're going in the classrooms. Right. I've always seen they do that really well.
And so So I still don't really believe it, but I've heard it from more than one person.
Very strange.
And there was one teacher that denied it, said, no, you're not going to do that, or I'm going to go to whatever. I don't know. I can't imagine parents putting up with that.
Well, but they're bigots if not. If they're bigots if not. So I mean, this is the thing. When the world starts crumbling like this, it starts gathering steam because some of the nonsense gets exposed.
So anyways, I don't know. I have so many questions. It's like, well, who cleans it? And she asked. He said, no, they have to clean it themselves.
Weird.
And so scoop out their own clumps of litter, whatever.
Disgusting.
But it's so unsanitary. I can't imagine. I still want it. So I want to go on a tour and talk about my condition, and then so I'll use that as a front, right? So I can get into these schools,
right?
And then I'll go in and do some investigation. But they're in Saskatchewan. They're not in Alberta, so
I'm gonna have to vote. There's no way it can be true, but like I said, it's one of those things where I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So if I get the pictures, I'll bring them on the next time, and
okay, please,
show them to you.
Yeah, please do that.
So I'm gonna stop there because I watched the last one and I went like way over, so I apologize.
It's all right. I'm gonna be a little bit more strict tonight because I'm in a mood, so it's all right. I'm gonna boot people during the music when the music's on because that's their time to go. So,
okay.
And you can almost dunk from your wheelchair with your 5-foot arms. If we had like if we had like an 8-foot rim, you could easily dunk.
Yeah, 8 foot, I could do it. Yeah,
oh man, those people, they just love to double down, don't they? They can never admit that they're wrong. Could never say like, "Oh, I'm not talking about that." No. Oh, sometimes they can. Sometimes
I'm not the lucky one. Like I wouldn't even have to use my rims for pushing my wheelchair. I could just push my hands
on the ground. Yeah, exactly. All right, thanks, Craig.
Okay.
Later. Let's go with Flatter-day Saints. Welcome to the show, Flatter-day.
Hey, what up, bro? How you doing?
Good, you?
I'm all right. Just still trying to flatten the curve over here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Which one? There's too many.
Right. I don't really got too much to say. I'm pretty outspoken. I was just wondering if I shot a song on your thing, you could play it.
Yep, you got 3 minutes. So which song you want us to play?
It's called David Hoggy Style.
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat right now. I might not be able to come back, but if I do, thank you.
Okay, what chat?
The live chat right here.
No, I mean on StreamYard or on
YouTube?
Yeah,
StreamYard.
Okay, go ahead, throw it there, and I'll put it up. And we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So this is, by the way, you can find him at Flatter-day Saints. He's got a YouTube channel, Flat Nasty. He's got some good tracks on there. He put out a lot of content. You do a lot of music.
Thank you, bro.
And tell me when it's there.
It's there.
Okay, got you. All right, we're gonna check this out, and we'll talk to you next time, huh?
All right, bro. Thanks, bro.
Later.
Late.
Oops, need a little volume. And
all of these theories, these lies, these hoaxes that spread virally after a tragedy. So let's start there. David, I have a lot I wanted to ask you, but I have to start with these terrible YouTube, Twitter, good theories. If you search your name on Twitter right now, these lies about you being an actor are still at the top. How are you feeling about that?
It's great. It's great advertising, honestly. These people are doing an amazing thing, that I'm an actor, crisis actor. It shows how sad I feel for those people, honestly. Because they've lost faith in America, and we certainly haven't, but that's okay because we're going to outlive them.
Gonna outlive them.
Yo, absolutely.
Yo, if my mom was a dog, I'd be a son of a bitch. David Hogg is a gog, he's a son of a dick. He's a son of perdition. Yo. Hi, my name is Flatter-day Saints. I came here to shout out the vacuum of SpaceX. Don't want to chat about Roe versus Wade. Let's talk about latex. It's not about safe sex. They don't care about babies. They keep making playtex. Fascinating about getting jabbed in the matrix. Grab the handle and stab them straight in the chest. Eat the banana and I'll handle the rest. Getting high, flying in my room, land on the bed. Then I nailed this chick while she hammered my head. In my red pajamas, looking like an animal bled. All over my pajamas, that's what my grandma said. They say hoaxes are red and psyops are blue. 2 arms of the same body higher than you. On the wings of eagles that are flying askew. You've been compliant to them, they've been relying on you to build underground tunnels and supply you the tools. Then burn down the factory, supplying the food. I hit my notes with a quota in rhymes I spit. Sip Sipping on Corona Light with 19 chicks. You know what Kobe looks like? I can't find the shit. The more you open your eyes, the more they blind you with weaponized technology and wireless. MTV's got the all-seeing eye in it. Outside the studio and inside of it. Thinking outside the box, you oughta try that shit. Riddle me this, yo, and riddle me that. I took a piss and a crap and I wiggle my ass. You giggle and laugh over my mental collapse. I'm disingenuous over this digital gap. You're so insensitive, bitch. You need to freaking relax. Sometimes it makes no sense what I spit in my raps. If I went back to flipping bricks, then I'd get me some cash. Feeling broken so bad, I'm smoking my last cigarette. Now a new pack, I'm hoping for that. You can't die from smoking weed, overdosing on grass. You understand the future? I'm exposing the past. The last shall be first and the...
So again, that's Flat Earth Day Saints. You can find him on YouTube under that name, Flat Earth Day Saints, 3 different words. And yeah, puts out a lot of good music. So check him out, subscribe over there. We're going to go to the phone lines for the first time, see if anybody's on the phone. I don't know. We're going to find out. Right now, we've got one. Let's go to the caller. You're on the air. And I don't know, 100 discussing flattered food. I think I'm going to turn off the call screener because obviously they're not very good. Go ahead.
Is that me?
That's you. You're on.
Okay. Hey, Jen, 100. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say my name as. Hey, man, pleasure to speak with you. Huge fan. Listened to you for years.
Thank you.
Found out Earth was flat like late 2015, whenever. Because I heard B.O.B. They were talking about like MTV News or something like that, and I looked into it. Went down the rabbit hole.
Thanks, B.O.B.
I was just, yeah, appreciate it, man, because definitely opened my eyes a lot about the world, and how cognitively dissonant people are as well. And real quick, I didn't hear about the 5-foot arm things that could probably help in my weekly pickup games, but pickup basketball. But I have to listen back to that one.
Yeah, listen to last week's episode.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. That's funny. I know you always got good stuff to talk about, but yeah, just discussing flat earth with people, you know, like when I first found out, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And like, I had to like rewatch everything. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. You know, I watched like, ODD, his 21 questions. That's what really like, come on, man, this is crazy. But I just like tell people like, I'm not saying it's flat, but you know, I know all the facts, you know, I know all the talking points. I know how they're going to respond and everything. It's just unbelievable. It's like literally can't even talk people into it, even though you just like crush them. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just unbelievable. But I wanted to kind of discuss like when that No Forest video came out. You remember that one?
Yep.
Yeah. So like I was really into that one. I've just kind of looked at like the layout of the earth, and it kind of does look like it might have been like excavated at one point, maybe. I know this is kind of like far-fetched and like you're not really into that like theory type of talk.
No, I am actually. I mean, I never said that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, but you just like you're more objective. I don't know, as far as like what I've seen, but like, okay, so you look at like a construction site,
right?
And you see it like they always like pile up like mounds, like they call them mounds, and then you have like the Earth's layout is like you have like mountains and hills. I don't know, it just kind of looks like some sort of evidence like that it could have been excavated at one point.
I think so.
And yeah, and like the one guy, when he was explaining that, like his channel got deleted. He had like a lot of different like conspiracies and stuff. He was talking about like how, I don't know, I can't really speak on it because I don't know the specifics of it and everything. I don't have really evidence to back it up, but he was talking about it was like a silicon based
I am hearing that. Uh-huh.
What did you say?
I said, yeah, I've heard him talk about that. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Isn't that what they use in like the phones and stuff like that in electronics, like silicon? Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting. I don't know, man. I always wish somebody would delve into that more, but it's so hard because obviously it's not.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Not something that.
It becomes mostly speculation, and and then people are going to call you for some sort of proof, and of course, it just can't exist when we're talking about those things. It'd be very difficult to find proof.
Yeah, and then when you start to go off on that tangent, it kind of destroys your like, flat, quote unquote flat Earth argument. That's why I really don't like to get into that. But I don't know. I just thought I'd start entertaining that with you. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Hey, thanks. Call back. Love to talk to you again.
All
Appreciate
right.
it. Peace.
We'll do.
All right, we're gonna
All right,
head
yeah.
back over to StreamYard and let's go with Sacred Knowledge in the house. What up, my friend?
Peace. How you doing, Jero?
Good, yourself?
Good. Thanks for having us. I wanted to, before you let me go, where's the link for all those books? That looked really cool.
So it's shop.jeranism.com.
Oh, you got to buy it, or what are you gonna do?
Yes, it's a thumb drive I'll mail to you, like a thumb disk drive, if you will.
It's like a bargain deal, or how much is it?
It's 40 for the drive, and I mean the drives are they're not cheap. It's a 3.0 32 gig, and then the other one is all my videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then free shipping. So it's a ton of books. It's a lot of collectioning. It's 7 years of me putting stuff aside and then having to organize it. Nightmare.
You've been I've seen some amazing stuff from way back. I'll never find it again. But like, you put old videos out that were really good back in the day.
Well, that's what the other drive's going to be. But one of the thoughts about it is if they start deleting history, which we kind of expect, right? And they do any kind of I don't know if it'd necessarily be a reset or something like that, but anything like that, having that kind of material on a thumb drive to me would be very important. It would be, that would be great to at least take something like that with me wherever the next step might be. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying if something like the internet was fried and you had all your ebooks on there, or you didn't have very many, or you have maybe a place that you go to get free ebooks, but now that doesn't exist anymore, you're going to be sad that you don't have a disk drive. By the way, there's 3,000, I thought I wrote it, just like 3,450, I think, 3,450 ebooks. And that's not counting that one folder that's just kind of a hodgepodge. So it's a lot of stuff.
You read all those books?
No, not all of them, but I mean, I definitely skimmed through almost everything on there. But
there was some tight ones I saw. Hey, have you ever seen this book?
Let me see here.
Can you see it?
No, I don't think I have. Oh, the Secret Source. Who wrote that?
The Law of Attraction is one of 7 Hermetic laws.
Okay.
Here are the other 6. The Secret Source.
Oh,
yeah.
I wonder what the other
really
6
good.
are. I'll have to look into that. It's the Secret Source, right?
Yeah, there's 7 Hermetic laws, and the Law of Attraction is one of them. I just thought since you're showing such good books.
Law of Attraction definitely is true.
Yeah, no, they're ancient laws, and it's interesting that they chose to blow up the Law of Attraction, a decade ago, whenever it blew up again. But yeah, they didn't talk about the other laws.
No, and the person who wrote the book, The Secret, totally misrepresented what the idea is. They basically told you could sit on the couch and eat Lay's potato chips and salami and get abs, which is not true. That's not how it works.
It's kind of like a real short, like a religious shortcut or something.
Yeah, no, you have to actually put forth effort. I do believe that if you wrote a check to yourself, because I think that's one of the things it says in The Secret, write a check to yourself and put it up on the wall and look at it every day. But really, the goal needs to be that you start thinking about it and putting action in place. And when you do that, that's what we are. We are creators. You can create anything you want. If you want a business or wealth or whatever, you just have to start working towards that.
Right, and the law of attraction, they kind of like just showed a simple side of it. You attract anything, but yeah, there's a lot more to it.
Tons more to it. Yeah, there's also, I've had people before who will tell you something, and you'd be like, you know what? If you wouldn't have said that, it didn't even exist in the universe until you said that. So that's another problem, right? Is that if you could actually damage yourself, let's say you've got something in the future that you want to see happen, but you go and tell somebody like, oh, this is supposed to happen next week, but I don't think it'll happen. Okay, by saying that, you just introduced the idea of it not happening. And now if the person that you told is thinking the same thing, like, oh, that probably won't happen. Well, now you've got an extra mind, an extra creative mind that's putting negative energy towards it. And it didn't exist before. If you wouldn't have told that person that thing and it was only you bringing it into fruition, it's a lot different than now you've told another person who's actually rooting against you. So it's pretty crazy.
It's like their frequency and your frequency will now merge and kind of like mingle when they shouldn't have been at all,
Correct. You've introduced into the universe the possibility of that not happening.
I don't know if you can see any of this. You probably can't.
Kind of.
I just want
Wow.
The mount. I wanted to show you. I got amazing pictures. If you go to Tartarian Meltdown, and you take your time, you're gonna see some stuff. But the mountains can be proven that they're melted buildings. I mean, hold on.
Is that you said go to what?
Tartarian Meltdown and start watching the videos. It takes time. It takes time to you'll start to understand what we're saying.
That's a YouTube video?
It's the Tartarian Meltdown is a YouTube channel.
I mean, yeah.
The Tartarian Meltdown, and right there, video 1, 2, 3, and just if you watch them in order, you start watching them, you'll know what we're talking about.
Okay.
And you'll see sites that you have never seen in your life. Even like the tree thing. There weren't trees, but that was a pretty good start to it. But you're gonna see sites way past what that guy showed that you've never seen. And I mean, it's obvious.
If it's not trees, what is melting in the octagonal formations?
You see the destruction? It saw destruction. The octagonal formations is an interesting one, and it could be something natural, but I doubt it. It could have just been the way it melted, whatever kind of that structure was probably had a purpose and some kind of energetic purpose, and that's what it ended up looking like with the damage. But where's the rest of the trees? There would be thousands of them all laying and just falling all over the place. There's just a tree stump, because that's not what they are. But it's like a good little kind of like a straw man that you can start with.
Okay.
But if you go to Tartarian Meltdown, you're gonna understand why they let us think that they're trees, because we have mountains that are half destroyed and half buildings still. With the formations, you can tell what they used to be, but with the destruction, we think they're caves, because we've been told by our modern geography that they carved it into the mountain and crap like that.
So what are you saying it is? You're saying that's a building?
It was all a beautiful, amazing temple building, and that's a pocket of survival. You see how it's melted over above it? It's about to melt on top of it, and the whole thing is going to be just a big rock. Once it melts over and there's nothing left, what I'm saying is, once the part of the structure that you can tell was a building is gone, it'll just be all just a melted rock. When you take the heat off of it,
20 seconds, okay? 20 seconds.
Okay, let me show you a better picture before you go. Like the Grand Canyon. You're gonna look at the Grand Canyon a whole new way. So I'll just
Oh, good. Is there a good video on that? Because I know that there's definitely some interesting stuff with Egyptian findings in the Grand Canyon. They hide it from everybody. There's
see the structure there, how it fell down. It would have ended up looking just if it melted completely. So we have pockets of survival that let us know what the mountains used to be and what the civilization that used to be here used to be. So next time I want to talk to you more about the lineage of gurus that Jesus actually comes from, because he might have been one that got killed, but there's a lineage of these masters that have come and teach. They're teachers, and they are exactly what they say they are, the incarnations of the Most High.
Wow. Have you ever read the Urantia book or no?
No. What is that?
It's like it's like 2,700 page or 2,600 page. Supposedly an angel gave it to somebody in like 1953. I've read it. It's kind of all over the place. But one of the things they mention is that basically there's these incarnations of different, I don't even know the words that they use. It's bestowals. If anybody knows the Urantia book, they know what I'm talking about. There's these ancient bestowals, and Jesus was the most recent emanation.
He wasn't the most recent, but yeah.
Well, I'm talking about according to the Urantia book.
Right,
so
right.
Maybe, and Michael was one of them, and there's a whole bunch of, and actually I think Michael is Jesus. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. But anyway, that's also in the collection.
He has so many names. Vishnu Devananda is one of the most recent masters that was at the level of a Sat guru.
All right, we'll call back next week. Let's talk about it.
All right, for sure. Have a good one, man.
Later. Let's go with Rube Star. Welcome to the show.
Dude, what is up, man? Thank you for giving us this platform.
No
Jaren.
problem. Love it.
Hey, I got a question for you. Are you a Mason?
No. God, no.
Okay.
Heavens, no. I don't believe in secret societies. I don't believe in any of that bullshit.
Well, have you ever been tempted to join or thought about it? Things of that nature?
Zero. Nope. Not me. No, it actually infuriates me, especially because the police are all involved in that. And I mean, that's...
Right. Yeah, it gets a really bad rap.
Yeah.
I've always been mildly curious, I would say, like suspicious, like what's going on, you know? And then I got into this thing like Rosicrucians, and I always kind of felt like I had remnants of a Rosicrucian in me or something, but that's besides the point. I have a YouTube channel. It's 2 words. It's called Roop Star. Okay. So I always want to be a lot of things, but I ended up being a chef, and I really don't like cooking all that much, but I'm good at it, whatever. So I did my first episode of my podcast. I have 100 subscribers. And if you come to my channel, don't subscribe if you don't dig it, because the point is to be authentic, right? And so I want an authentic audience. So out of 100 subscribers, I say I would get about 20 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can look at the analytics and figure all this out. So that's what I go with. So I put together episode 1, I 20 or 30 views. I'm proud of myself. I put together episode 2 and changed my life.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know how familiar you are with amino acids, but I did I don't know if I should say too many, but let me say I did a lot of these, okay?
Okay.
And you could do a salvage on that word, the etymology, and figure out what that word means. Tyrosine, T-Y-R.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to turn stress into creativity, okay? So you could just throw everything away as saying, oh, Rube just got really creative. I also did a bunch of this. So if you watch my episode 2, the Rube Star Kolazar show, episode 2, you'll see me do all these crazy things. I also do this. Have you ever seen this before, the Aqua Cure?
No.
Okay, you could put hydrogen in water. If you put an electric charge through water, you'll split it into hydrogen and oxygen. You could breathe in that hydrogen or drink that water. It's really healthy, okay? So I'm doing episode 2, Jaron. I'm doing way too many amino acids. Oh, here's the other thing. This is actually an underwater torch. It's Yule Brown's gas.
Okay, yeah, Brown's gas.
What I'm breathing in is electrically expanded water right now. I'll take it off. It's super healthy. It'll give me enough energy for like 3 or 4 days. This puts a frequency in here. The night I did my show, I put the frequency on 639. Me personally, I call that the God channel.
Okay.
After I finished episode 2, I went a little cuckoo. I started seeing all kinds of things. I started seeing inside myself. This is the best way I could describe what's inside myself. Okay? A pine cone. I'm sure you've seen that one before.
You know, that's a symbol of Masons.
Well, I know why now. To me, okay, at the end of all my craziness, Jaron, I would consider myself a 100 level Mason. Okay?
100
I've
level?
never.
Wow.
What's that?
It's a 100 level. That's crazy. Okay.
And I'll tell you exactly why. And this is why I'm wasting your time with it, because you know what flat Earth means. You know how important level is, correct?
On the level.
What's water do? Yeah. Okay. So if anybody tells you they're a 3rd degree Mason, they're not on the level. If they tell you they're a 33 degree Mason, they're way not on the level. Not on the level at all. Okay? If someone tells you they're a 92nd, and this is all just from my brain, my experience. I didn't take any oaths. I didn't go to any lodges. This is just all. I did way too much frequency 639 and amino acids, and this is what happened. Okay?
Okay.
If anybody tells you they're a 92nd degree Mason, they're playing a joke on you. Okay? What's 9 plus 2? It's 11. They're really telling you they're a judge. The 11th tarot card is the justice or the judge. It's the like Libra scales. They're playing a joke on you. They're actually saying they're above one. They're actually saying they're 101. They're above 100. They're allowed to judge you. Okay? It's almost like an angel. If someone says they're a 92 degree Mason, they're playing a joke on you. That's my opinion. Okay.
All right.
So now a 92 degree Mason, self-proclaimed David Wynn Miller, said you could increase your intelligence by finding the right amino acid for your blood type. So that's what started all this. I tried figuring out which amino acid is the right one for my blood type. And I'll tell you, this one will turn you into a tyrant. Right there. I did like 8, 9, or I snorted and everything, Jaron. If you watch episode 2, you didn't watch episode 2 by any chance, did you?
I have not watched episode 2, but I will check it out because I do want to see you go a little bit nuts on that.
Also, hold up. I went to the James A. Garfield Memorial Tomb. They have a pine cone on the top of that tomb.
Yeah, it's a symbol of Masonry for a long time.
I'm here to tell you they're not dead. That pine cone is telling you that James A. Garfield is ruling. See, that's the other thing.
Well,
so
yes.
you have a driver at the top of your pine cone. This is your audience. These are all the people approving or disapproving. And what happened in my process is I cleansed everybody that didn't approve of me in my mind, all my shame, guilt, burned it all out. So I consider myself 100% on the level. And that's what I mean when I say that. And if you say you're a Mason, what's that? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say I'm a Mason.
No, I'm just saying a person in general.
Oh.
All that means is you're a motherless son. It goes back to you figure out what the binary, the zeros and the ones are.
Okay.
So I didn't mean to talk too much, but I just wanted to get that all out.
We will move along. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, brother, man.
Right. So we're going to go back to the phone lines real quick, see if anybody's there. And let's go. We've got, oh, by the way, we should say something about the queen who died. So let's bow our heads and say, who cares? And then we'll move on. All right, we got nobody on the phones. Nobody on the phone line. Let's go to StreamYard. Oh, it's Brenda. Brenda, you dunk any basketballs this week?
I have to say that I made a mistake.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's very rare for you guys to say that.
Yeah, my mistake was in not realizing that flat earthers are liars, and you got to lie to flirt.
Of course, yes.
Right. So the flashlight was not held up at 23 feet, was it?
No,
it was not. So then why are you pretending that it was?
When did I pretend that it was?
Yes. Why are you pretending that it was?
No, I'm asking you a question. When did I ever say that the flashlight was held at 23 feet?
Last week.
What do you mean?
You said that there'd be a 6-foot difference.
Okay, I'm confused. You need to clear your question here. Make sure you.
Is this really difficult for you to figure out?
It is, because I don't know when you're talking about. Are you talking about when we were actually there? Did we?
You said that there's a when he's holding the light, it was at 17 feet.
At his chest.
Above the canal. No, not at his chest. At his waist.
No,
that was another lie.
Waist? When is there?
It was at his waist.
When was it at his waist?
It was at his waist.
Oh my God, you're just making shit up. How bad?
How you're
desperate?
Lying.
No,
and then he lifted it above his head. That was at 19 feet, wasn't it? It wasn't 23, like you said last week.
It was 19.
You lied.
19 and a half.
Yeah, you lied.
Nope, didn't lie one bit.
Yes, you said it was 23. You said there was a difference of what? You said 5 or 6 feet?
Listen carefully.
Right.
Listen carefully before I hang up on you.
So the difference between 19 and 17 is 2.5 feet.
Are you done talking
Isn't it?
You're making no sense, and everybody listening knows you're making no sense.
What do you mean I'm making no sense?
Listen,
you lied.
No, I didn't lie. Listen, and let me tell you.
Yes, you did. You said it was 23 feet.
I never said fucking shit about 23 feet.
Yes, you did.
23 feet would have been evidence that the earth was curved.
No.
Oh, boy.
That's what you thought.
What do you mean?
It was held up at 19 feet, and that's when you saw the light.
Yes, at 19 feet, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is higher than 17 feet when it was at his waist.
No, his chest. Dumb shit.
His waist. How
are you just saying his waist? Where does that said anywhere? Where's that said on the movie? Where's that been said on any channel? When has anybody ever said that? You're just making shit up.
You're just lying.
You are so desperate. You're so desperate for your
held up to 23 feet, and that's a lie, isn't it, Jaron?
What do you mean?
It was not held up at 23 feet. It was held up to 19. And that's 2 feet, which is perfectly reasonable for any adult with arms. The difference between their waist and their outstretched hands is about 2.5 feet, if not more.
Their waist.
And that's when.
I'm just gonna let you keep talking because you look so dumb.
Yeah,
I'm actually
that's when you prove that the Earth is curved.
Oh, you're so desperate for that you have to just make up a story that you've invented your own self.
It up.
How is it not making it up? Let me tell you this right now. You're the first person I've heard in 4 years even say anything about any light being at anybody's waist. Period. So how is that possible that you could just create something here on this show and call me a liar for something that's never been said? Never. Not one person has ever made such a stupid claim because we cut the holes at 17 feet, which were about chest height. So there's no waist. What do you mean waist?
The light that Enrique was holding.
He's holding it at 17
waist.
feet. I even say in the movie,
at his waist.
Enrique, where do you have it?
Waist.
Why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying that? When was that said?
Yeah, because that's true. You're just lying.
Yeah, I'm lying. Everybody can go watch the movie. You know it's still on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then how dumb are you going to look?
Right. And so it's not unreasonable to think that when he lifted it above his head, that was 19 and a half feet, which is reasonable for any adult to hold up, right?
Yeah, was it 19 and a half feet?
That is reasonable. And that's when you could see the light. You couldn't see it when it was at 17 feet, which falsifies the flat Earth.
No. If it's 17 feet would have been flat Earth evidence, 23 feet was curved Earth evidence, and we got 19 and a half right in the middle.
No, 23 feet was never, that was your prediction. That was you misunderstanding.
What do you mean my misunderstanding? That's the math. It's in the fucking movie, dumb shit.
No, that's your prediction.
So what? So you just made up your own prediction about the experiment?
So the cards, the cards had a hole drilled in them, and the cards were 15 feet, 17 feet
not
above,
15 feet, not 15 feet.
Canal
Shut
water.
the fuck up. Not 15 feet.
They were 17 feet above the canal
correct.
water.
Yes, they were.
Right. Therefore, at 17 feet, if the Earth is flat, you should be able to see the light.
Correct.
And you didn't see the light.
Correct. Which
right.
is
You
why...
saw the light when you raised it above.
Yes.
17 feet to 19 feet, which is reasonable for an adult to do.
Okay.
Thus confirming the curvature of the Earth. Thank you.
You're
Jeranism,
so dumb. You're so dumb. I don't know how. I guess it shouldn't surprise me how dumb she is. It just shouldn't surprise me. And it does. It's like, how could somebody be so stupid? They even come here and double down today. How funny is that? They can't even admit when they're so wrong that they're talking about, oh, these people have 10-foot arms and 5-foot arms. I'm just going to check real quick, make sure there's anybody on this other line. No. And if I had that video, I'd bring it up real quick just to show how dumb she actually is. But again, just to call, this is their only methodology is to call and just continue to call me a liar. Even though I haven't lied about that experiment one time, I have no reason to. The truth of the matter is that when you go and do an experiment and you're looking for definitive results, when you don't get definitive results, then you don't consider it a very important experiment because you didn't get to any conclusion. And so when you say, based on your calculations, which is exactly anybody's calculations, over 3 miles, there's 6 feet of drop. If you drill the holes everywhere, exactly 17 feet above the water, then you should be able to see a light straight through. Or if you see it at 23 feet, it means the Earth's curved. 17 feet means it's flat. We checked at 23 feet, didn't see it. What's going on? So we said, good, this is great. Let's go do the flat Earth. We actually thought that was the moment that we were going to have the correct results, but we couldn't see it. Then I just say, hold it above your head, Enrique. He holds it above his head and we see it. And I say, oh, interesting. And that's why there's no hoopla. There's no people coming around because we're like, shit, did we just get a middle result? How are we seeing the light at 19 and a half feet, but we're not seeing it at 17 or 23? So we all walk away from the experiment and say, nothing was proven here. Nothing at all. And yet these guys want to call in and make up their own story. Like, oh, you did prove it because 15 feet and holding it at the waist and just making shit up. Like, wow, it's pretty sad. Oh, I think that you could probably find it on one of these channels. Let me see here real quick. I was looking for, I've got a video somewhere of it, but I don't know where it is off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 2 seconds. See if I can find this here. And if not, I can probably find it on one of these channels. Let me check here. We will find this for you. And just show you, because it's this way when she calls back next week, she can double down again. And I really did think that she was going to call and say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. People's arms aren't that long. And the actual movie is very confusing because it lies to us. Yes, that's why you shouldn't trust in movies, hit piece movies, Brenda. You don't trust those. When you do, you look dumb as fuck like you do today because you're trusting a hit piece movie. That's why. And when you do that, it's your own detriment. That's why you shouldn't believe in movies. Let's see if we can find it this way. And no. It's just hard. You can't even find things because, of course, you just get Professor Dave over and over again. Who's that guy that is on my nuts all the time? Let me see. He might have it on his channel. And let's see here. Yeah, I believe so. Let me find it here. React to this. Featured videos. Let me find it for you. This guy's content is crap. Let's find it. I think he shows it. Oh, you can search within the channel or no? Yes. That'll do it. Let's find it here. All right, somebody call. And the phone lines are open if you want, 888-698-FLAT. And you can also text if you want. Let's see. Come on. Does he have my video in here somewhere? I'm not finding it. There's like a little cutout of somebody made of the movie Behind the Curve where, let's see here. This one might be it.
Yes, I'm still sick.
So
As you can tell from my voice. Today, though, I wanted to highlight...
All right, let's watch this. Laser from the first post. And let's see how Brenda looks like a fucking idiot, because that's always fun. Let's go with StreamYard, left side StreamYard, and turn off the phone callers. Okay. That doesn't look right. 1 second, I might need to reorganize this for a second. Do I have YouTube solo? Okay, we're going to go with this one. So let's watch here.
Jaren initially started off with a laser test.
We're going to be doing is an experiment at Victoria there, one at the end and one in the middle. And then we're going to shoot a... And that had nothing to do with the final experiment because the expander melted onto the laser. We were, told not to leave it on there for longer than a minute, and we did anyway. That was not smart.
Know how
then we went back for a second experiment.
Light works and doesn't even know how to set up a proper experiment.
Oh no!
So of course he had to develop a different test.
If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light.
Right. So you see here, even though I wasn't standing there, I was at the light side, but very easy to do at the at the I forgot the name of it now. The canal there, Victoria Canal. There's a nice canal right there. Water, easy to tell the distance between the water line. What we did is had like a little auto leveler. Basically, you put it on the ground. It sends a beam 360 degrees around. Once it's balanced itself, so it levels itself, then sends a beam in 360 degrees. And we have somebody with a big stick that had marked on it all the distances. So we have somebody go down to the water level, put that right at the water line, and then wherever the laser hit the stick, we knew that was the height of where the laser was. And then from there, it's very easy to get up to where 17 feet was. So at 17 feet, we drill a hole in each panel, and then we want to look through the panel and see where do we see this light. And these holes are very small. And again, we're talking over a large distance here, 3 miles. And that's where I think people get lost a little bit. That's like quite a ways. And so what we did is checked it at this backboard. There's like a backboard here where you could see 23 feet and 17 feet marked. And when we didn't see it, we went to Enrique and I said, okay, now go 17 feet. And I said, Enrique, we don't see you. We don't see you. Let's see if
the
that part is there.
Or 17 feet off the water.
And now you'll see the lie that they tell right here. Watch this.
The earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high.
Okay, so he says if he's holding it up at 23 feet high, then the earth is curved. Now, the problem with that is that's not how the experiment went. We didn't just hold it from your chest to your head. That wouldn't make any sense. That's way more. Again, go take a tape measure and do this measurement right here. From your chest to above your head is 2.5 feet. Okay, not 23 feet. 23 feet would be way up here. And when we did that one, which actually was on the backboard, you couldn't see
the light. Well, that's because the earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet.
And we all know how that turned out.
Look at Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, it's as...
we were stuck. Like, why aren't we seeing
it? Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
While on the Non Sequitur show, Rhett's Rhetoric actually had some really great points as to why this
And I was trying to upload Enrique's picture.
So you can see here, this is the backboard where I guess you call it a snow pattern was getting hit. And that's because we learned that when you send a laser beam through holes that are cut out, if any part of the laser hits the edge of the circle, then it creates a interference pattern. I don't know if that's the right wording for it. But that was kind of the original plan. If you kind of look here, was to have these boards to shoot the laser through and see where do we hit the backboard. I still think it's the best experiment that I've seen yet, as far as would be really easy to get some good results. The problem with it is to keep a beam at 6 inches all the way 4 miles. I've got somebody who's offered a laser for $4,000 that they say can do it. But then I asked them if they would guarantee it, and they said, well, no. They said because we're going off of the mathematics, we're going off the specs, not real world applications. So I'm like, so you're saying if I spend $4,000 on this laser, we go out there again and fail to do the experiment, then I'm just gonna eat the laser. So I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. So basically, here's your backboard where you have this person standing. So when Enrique is back here and he's got it at his 17 feet at his chest, and then he raises it above his head, that was here. So that was the weirdest thing. Oh, so the results are in the middle. And anybody who is going to be just an idiot about it and be like, oh, let's just go with whatever one's closer. Well, do the math. Is 19.5 closer to 17 or 23? And the answer is 17. Now, I would never claim that because it's not a definitive answer. So the only definitive answers to me would have been 23 and 17. And that's because you have in that distance a 6-foot drop, supposedly. So what should be happening, remember, if the Earth is curved, okay, it's curved like this, then this board would be down versus the line that would be created by shooting it through the holes. So if you've kind of created for yourself a baseline at this 17 feet, you've got each one going through, you've already drawn a straight line there, then that means that the last board has to have dropped, meaning that, can you thread the needle on those? Yeah, I think you can. Because even if you were to, let's say the Earth is curved, you could still thread that needle. But the problem with it is you can't hit another one, right? So you're going to hit this backboard at one of these two places. So that's basically, I thought they were going to show from the movie, but he probably doesn't want to show from the movie. I guess that was probably it, that little clip there. So that was what's so funny. And then for them to say that and he actually cut it out. And this is how you know these guys are liars. Watch him cut out the part.
23 feet high and we're seeing the light. Well, that's because
that turned out.
And your light.
17 feet.
So it's at 17 feet. Remember, I just told the story that 17 feet was flat, 23 feet. And then I say hold it above your head. I never said hold it at 23 feet.
You know, it's as we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
While on the nonsense.
And they just stop it, right? Because why go into the details? This is how dumb these people are. They believe in science and repeatability. And if we ever do an experiment where we see lasers over 50 miles or 30 miles or whatever it is, 10 miles, then they want to know everything. I want to know the temperature. I want to know the gradient. I want to know the refraction. I want to know how tall you were. They want to know every fact, except for if a movie shows you some dipshit little drawing, these guys count it as the best evidence they've ever seen. That's pretty pathetic. All right, let's go check the phone lines, see if we got one person. Fish pad. Oh boy, one day we'll get your name right.
What's that, Jared?
So one day we'll get your name right.
Oh yeah, fish head. You know what's up.
Today it says fish pad, so it's always close.
I tried to enunciate it as clearly as possible, so I mean, that thing is a little inaccurate.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to start your clock. Wait, and then I don't know why at the bottom it says, "Hey, it's Trisha. We talked about forgiveness and effort."
That was the first time that I called, or the second time that I called. That was the text that came up.
Wow, so that's great. Okay, so I didn't know this thing actually keeps track of people who call back and shows me what they called about last time. Interesting. All right, go. Your time starts ahora.
Fucking Brenda, Jesus Christ, man!
What a joke!
Fucking squabbling over a foot here and a foot there. Let me fucking tell you guys something. I obviously live in fucking Montana. There's a butte out here called Square Butte. The fucking Rand McNally Atlas says visible for 100 miles on a clear day.
I love those.
Sure, all right, cool, right? So I go there and check it out myself. I see it from 81 miles. And I'm like, fuck, wow, that's really cool. Let's go do the math on that, shall we? So, long story short, it should be over 500 feet below the curve. But there it is. I can see the whole fucking butte from 81 miles with the naked eye.
Refraction.
So, you know what, Jaron? Fuck. Yep, you're right. Fuck, I'm going home. I'm not a flat earther anymore. I'm fucking taking my poster off the wall. I'm canceling my subscription.
It's been measured. It's been proven already. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said it's been proven already. Come on. Science has already proven it. They've already showed it. Refraction.
It's just incredible to me that you can do these experiments and you can pull up the data and say, here's the raw data. This is exactly what the instruments give us. This is exactly what your eyes see. This is how we navigate. This is how we do everything on this fucking plane. But other people will come and tell you and say, no, There's a curve there. You can't see it. You can see a boat go over the horizon, but you can't see the curve from 62 miles. Right. The double think is I mean, it's just, can you think of that? When Dave says the heliocentric model is the dumbest thing ever, I mean, the first time I heard it, I'm like, God, there's got to be something dumber. But the further in I get, I realize it is the fucking dumbest thing ever.
Oh, it's so dumb. It's to convince people that they're spinning and flying through space at millions of miles per hour, and then they just accept it. I mean, can you imagine to just, hey, you're flying through space right now at 1.2 million miles per hour? Be like, no, I'm not. And if they say, oh, science has proven it, and like, why didn't any of us say, like, show us the proof? It's because these guys have figured out a way to convince the world that mathematics is reality, because 1 + 1 = 2, and therefore, if they say we're spinning at a certain speed and flying through space, then it must be true as well, even though they're completely and totally different things.
Yeah, you could use their own math to debunk them all the time. I mean, that's how this works. That's why I know flat Earth is real, and that's why I know I'm standing on a stationary, non-rotating plane. It's because I can use their math to debunk the rest of their bullshit. I mean, I'm surprised people don't mention it when you're talking about, oh, we're corkscrewing through space. Well, did you know that maintaining the same speed in a curved trajectory is actually acceleration?
Right. Yep.
So their math, you know, I'm accelerating constantly and slowing down and speeding up as we're spinning around. I mean, I'm at a loss for words, you know. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. But I don't even know if I'd give her any airtime or whatever the fuck that thing is. There's just this tone in its voice that it just seems like it's really a shill.
Oh,
there's some type of dissonance there that is not. It's not normal.
I don't mind people hanging themselves. I mean, they look dumb. The thing is that if some Glober channel's watching that, the problem with that is that they'll just agree with her, which is ridiculous because she just made up things like waist and 15 feet that have never been said by anybody, ever. She just makes it up.
Yeah, first person ever in the history of the fucking world.
Can you imagine that the person comes here calling me a liar while telling lies? It's so funny to me. It's like, it's all I need to see. Really. All right, thanks, Brady. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got saucy, Jared.
It really is sad when you think about it. Like, imagine what kind of person you have to be. I can't imagine being like, okay, I made a big mistake last week. This week, I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell a lie while accusing the other person of lying. And, but you said last week, no, I didn't say anything other than exactly what I've said the entire time. 17 feet and 23 feet. And we saw results in the middle. And that's why nobody walked away from the experiment thinking anything was proven. That's why nobody said anything from the TV crew. Nobody said anything from the Delta V group. Nobody. Until they decided that they wanted to turn it into a hit piece. And that was a great little scene to put at the end because it was taken out of context. Now, again, how can I prove this to you? By them just living up to their word. Their word was, I could show you email, I could show you text messages where they said they would give me the other footage that didn't make it into their documentary. Now, when they came out with the documentary and completely misrepresented the experiment, all of a sudden the beat changed. Oh, now we can't because Netflix says that we can't give it to you. So the reason that they can't give it to me, of course, is because the extra footage would prove that what I'm saying would easily show that all the rest of the experiments and show the stuff before and after that. But of course, they can't let it go or else it shows that they've lied completely about their movie. All right, let's go with Armin Walker. Talk about the Go Fast rocket, perhaps.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
Good, you. Oh, Harmon.
Yeah, what did it say?
It says Armin Walker.
Oh, well, it's getting closer. It hasn't got me all the way yet.
Well, it says below here, my name is Sue, and I want to talk to the father of now the great and only chair.
Anyway, so here we go. How much have you looked into those rockets going up and stuff?
Not much. I mean, I don't believe the numbers that are on there.
Okay. Can you pull something up on your screen and go to it? On YouTube?
Can. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's UP Aerospace.
UP and then new word aerospace?
Yes, then aerospace.
Okay.
And it's Space Loft -8 onboard flight video.
I don't see it. Let me look here. Hold on. Spacecraft. Oh, Space Loft 8. What number?
Space Loft 8. Yeah, it's a 3-minute, 14-second video, but you only have to watch 55 seconds.
Okay, watching the first 55?
Well, just don't even go to 55. Just go to 30 and watch until it hits.
So start at 30? Let me bring it up for everybody so they can see as well. Here we go. There was sound a second ago. What happened to the sound?
It goes away. It comes back when you hit.
So this one's not showing any height or anything, huh?
They have measurements for it. Yeah, that one went well, I got so many of them up here right now. But that one was in November. Did you see it hit?
Not yet.
At 58 seconds or 9 seconds.
Okay, we're at 45 right now.
Okay, listen.
Oh, listen. 52, 53. All right, we'll listen. Okay.
Same thing as you get on the Go Fast rocket. This isn't the Go Fast rocket.
Right.
This is one that was fired up in November of 13, and the Go Fast rocket was September, August of 14.
Okay. Right.
And this guy, the Up Aerospace is what it stands for, is Up, and he was a member of that rocket team that shot the Go Fast on 2014. But he broke off from them. He's a separate company. But it's almost the exact same thing. They almost hit at the exact same time. And then they did another rocket, which is really crazy. Which one would it be?
Do you believe these numbers?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think the whole thing's set up. I think the whole thing was set up for it. I think that's all. I'm having a hard time finding the Go Fast rocket on 2014 that's to take off. The first three they did at White Sands Missile Base, and and they lost it. The one on the GoPro Rocket 14, they lost it for I think 90 days before they found it. And supposedly, I've looked everywhere, and they're saying it was done at Black Rock, Nevada.
Right.
All right, not in Arizona or anywhere else. But all the Up ones are sponsored by NASA, and so is one of the payers for the Go Fast rocket, and it wasn't all private. They were funded by NASA also.
So you said you're having a hard time finding the Go Fast. Isn't this also on their channel right here? Isn't this it? The fourth video in?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's covering it because that used to be his company.
Right. And then the weird thing was that we saw them. What did he say about seeing the moon?
It was. There's no mention of that.
Okay. Because that's the moon.
There's
right
no
there.
mention of that. I'm wondering if that one's real or not. The 2014 one. I really am.
Yeah, I don't know if what I think. I mean, it's clearly. Look at the difference in the curve there, and then here you got this way. So I mean, clearly it's a distorted camera view, but this is the moon, and at least that's what it's supposed to be, which wouldn't be able to be seen from where they took off.
Right, but that's what I think that was planned. I really do. I've been studying this for like 2 weeks now, just trying to find all the information, and really the information on the 2014 one. It's hard to find. It took me forever to find out that they launched from Nevada.
Well, it's weird that they actually turned the comments off too. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. And they also went on the first three of the launches. I think there was almost 8 or 9 launches of the Go Fast one. And 3 of the launches were actually done on White Sands Missile Base, all done by the Army, sponsored by NASA, to do all the stats. So every stat and everything they got wasn't done by private. It was actually done by the Army reading machine, whatever they called it. I can't remember the name of it. Some fancy machine that got all the data for the rocket. So you're going to have to believe the Army in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's bad that we keep using that. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if we keep using it. I mean, Eru uses it a lot. I don't know anybody else that really uses it much. Christians use it to be proof of the firmament. I don't need proof of a
Dave
physical
uses
firmament.
it a lot. That's what I'm saying. I just wish he'd quit bringing it up. But that's him. He does a great job. I cannot complain.
Yeah.
But he brings it up almost in every video, and it's just so easy to kind of discredit that Go Fast rocket.
And
I mean, they're saying they were in
go
outer space. Did you know that? They're claiming they went to outer space, in the outer
because
space,
they go past the Kármán line. So
right,
yeah.
And then they had one in 2015. If you look on that same one with Up, I think I had to go to an article to find that, and that one's so phony. They didn't want to really push that out there. What's this? Is it maybe this one? Let me see.
This is November 2019.
I'm looking for it. Oh yeah. Oh, this is great. Okay, it's under GoPro. Go to this real quick, and you'll like this, and I'll leave you alone.
Okay. Which one?
GoPro. I guess it's just GoPro, and the name is GoPro Awards. Semicolon. No, colon, full colon.
Wait, are you talking about on the same channel?
Launch to space. Huh?
Same channel?
No. It's actually GoPro's channel.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
GoPro YouTube.
Okay.
And the title is GoPro Awards, on a rocket launch to space. Oh, this is so bad.
GoPro Awards, not top 10.
No, GoPro Awards, full colon, on a rocket launch to space. There's 18 million views on it. May 4th, 2016.
Got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Just go to, they're going to launch again. Go to a minute 16.
115?
Auxiliary enable.
115.
Okay.
Yeah, and just start watching it. It's already stopped. And this is, okay, what this is, real quick. This is them. They're supposedly using rockets that they can reuse. That's what it's about.
Okay.
Now watch how they capture all these pictures perfectly in sight. And I'm going to tell you what, about 140, the pictures they get is so phony.
Yeah, I see I'm at 140.
Yeah, 140.
Oh, just amazing.
Yeah, look. Now watch when they catch this rocket, right? And they frame it just perfect. Look at that.
Oh, couldn't have been. What are the chances? Oh,
isn't that
beautiful.
great with the round Earth and everything?
Look at that.
How did they get that picture?
Just luck.
And it separates
Luck
just
of
on
the draw.
time.
Just perfect. Oh, I love the music too.
So, yeah, I just thought you'd like that.
So wait, the takeoff, the rocket that launches goes back and lands on Earth?
Those pieces are reusable. They fly back. No, I don't know. No, they don't land. I think they parachute down.
Oh, okay.
But that was the test to try to be reusable. That's from the Up Aerospace, and they're part of their project from the White Sands. And right next to White Sands, there's a launch pad that's the civilian side. And that's where they launch these rockets. And they always usually land in White Sands Missile Base, restricted area. And all the military and NASA have it first to report all the data.
I mean, look at the size of the Earth here. So let me go back to where that was. So let's watch this. So look at, we're seeing a entire ball here, right? So we see a whole ball. It's kind of darting around. But then think about how big that area is. Look at, so where is there a Earth that the entire side of it is land? It's like what they're seeing is the tiniest little circle. It's so obvious that it's not a real photograph. But I mean, this is what we know that they do all the time. It's the only thing they can do.
Is that crazy? And look at the pictures they're giving you.
Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. And now this is supposed to be at what height?
73 miles. They actually broke the Go Fast rockets height.
I mean,
they went 73 miles. They went 1 mile more, 74 miles.
You can just tell by the ground, like here where the ground is. I mean, this is not 4 times as high as Kellum's balloons go.
No. And he got back with me, by the way.
He's a good guy.
No, he got back with me telling me how high the parachutes drop. He said they drop instantly, but he says it doesn't. He says he's guessing maybe 38,000 feet, but he says it could be lower. And I've texted him, I wrote him back and see if I get a response. I said, I think it's 18,000. I'm thinking he's going to agree with me.
I mean, here you got the curve going the other way. So clearly, again, when it's pointed down and you see the Earth, the curve that you see of the Earth is no different than the curve that you see of space.
Right.
Yeah. So it's all fabrications. And that's even if you take this as being legit, which I don't see any reason to do so.
No, and it all comes from NASA. I don't care if they want to say they're not independent people doing that. NASA has their hands in everything. They had to have permission 3 months. Everything was in. You had to go through NASA or the Army Aerospace, they called it.
Well, that's how it always is. They're not going to let you launch or anything without their permission. And with this whole.
And it was all their gear on the rocket.
Oh yeah, they paid for it.
Their data gear.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just thought that would be interesting. I get tired of this thing hitting the firmament, you know? sheesh, dude, it's propaganda all the way.
Yeah,
in my
no, I don't
opinion.
think they're not hitting the firmament. And then they say, oh, it goes into some gel-like structure or something. I mean, I disagree with that. And I kind of agree with even well, I can't say that I know that can take place, but their explanation of why it stops spinning, I don't think is a terrible one. I think you can do
both
that.
of them did it. But if you look at the one from 2013 and the one 2014, they both quit spinning. And the difference in the videos, once they start spinning, one starts rotating to the right, and the 2014 starts rotating to the left. So I was trying to see if they were the exact same video, but they could be. And I was trying to match the ground, but it's kind of hard. But, they could have just messed with it.
I wanted to say I've never actually paid attention to, is there anybody who shows a practical example of that yo-yo D-spin? I don't really see one.
No, they talk about it, though.
Here's yo-yo D-spin. Let's see if this shows it. So what it's supposed to do is, as it's spinning, then it kicks out some wires or something that are supposed, like that. So
right.
I mean, they do show it. I mean, that's on a much smaller level. You're talking about a much heavier rocket, but I can see the thought behind it. Let's try this one. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's impossible to do what they are claiming it does, which is spin and then throw out some counterweights that stop it from spinning. So again,
well, if it is, it's a lot lower level. I'm still sticking to, you can't go higher than 26 miles.
Yeah,
everything I've been looking at, you cannot get higher than 26 miles, and that's with the balloon. And if you notice when you said the sound stopped.
Yeah.
Well, what it is supposedly, even with the Go Fast ride, the sound stops, right? Yeah. It's gliding. It keeps gliding forward motion up there. That's supposedly, it has nothing propelling it now. There's nothing that would keep it from just gyroing out of position. There's no force. It just glides. It glides till they go to a certain distance, try to beat the record, and then they put the yo-yo spin and stop it.
Huh.
So it glides. I don't know how far they want to say it glides. I can't tell. But in a few of those videos, you can see where the rocket shuts off, and that's when there's no noise. And it's supposed to be gliding upwards until they stop it, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. People are gonna get mad.
All right,
kick you out later. That was Harmon.
Say hello to.
Oops, you're gone now, Harmon. Sorry about that. Let's go to Josh, and we'll be back over at StreamYard in 1 second. So give me a minute. But we've got Josh, and I'm talking about Behind the Curve. What's up, Josh?
Hey, what's going on, Jaron? How you doing tonight, man?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I think the last caller was going to ask about how your family's doing, man. That's how I was going to say too.
Fantastic.
How's the wife and kid?
Everybody's great. No complaints.
Awesome. Hey, have you ever seen that viral video with Matt Walsh? What's a woman?
Yeah.
He's interviewing a guy in San Francisco, some gay guy. Asks him what's a woman, and it's like, well, who am I to say what a woman is? And then he says, well, what's a cat?
Right.
Well, do you know what a cat is? That image right there, I get that image every time Brenda calls. Oh, God. Fucking disgusting.
I like how.
Anyway.
Usually she has like a little girl picture on her a moniker there, or her little icon. It's funny.
Yeah. So also, I wanted to ask you a question about a rebuttal I heard you give to the question, like Christians say, well, why are you going to use the Bible to, refute this, if you don't believe in the Bible? And you gave a really good rebuttal, and I just can't remember what you said.
Well, I mean, if somebody asked me that, I do think that it is the oldest book that there is, and it's a collection of many different authors, right? It's like 40 authors put together a book. And I think that it's got great gems in there. I think it's got some amazing life lessons. It's got some that I don't agree with at all, right? And then there's some that I do. So to quote the book is just like anybody else who quotes anything. Sometimes people say things that we are trying to say, but they say it so much easier and quicker. That's why I like Tom McDonald, the rapper, right? He can say in one song in 3 minutes what I struggle to get out over the course of a month. Right. In doing shows over and over again and repeating myself and trying to refine it. So it's always impressive to me when people can kind of summarize it. Oops, I didn't start the clock. So with the Bible particularly, I don't think you can just discount it altogether. and that I've never said that. I've said that I think that we can, or at least for me, I just can't find in it enough evidence to tell me that it's God's word and that it's been held without any changes or anything like that. So I can still use quotes about it. I can still say, oh, the Bible says this or the Bible says that. And yeah, people do get upset and they're like, well, why are you using the Bible as quotes if you don't think, and this is where they get very confused, is that they don't quite understand what I mean by it's not who I believe God is. Because then they say, oh, you're straw manning God. It's like, well, no, I just said that I don't think it's who God is. So I'm not straw manning God. I'm my accusation to you is that the entire book is a straw man of God. So I'm not straw manning him. I'm not claiming God said anything. So the difference is, of course, people think that God said everything in the Bible. So
right, because you don't need the book to know that being bad is bad, and
correct.
being good is good. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, I think those things are inborn inside of us, and people might hide that. And of course, atheists are not going to admit that because atheists don't want to believe that. So don't be surprised when an atheist says, "Oh no, we weren't born in," and then they'll say something like, "Kids always try and lie when they're young." Yeah, they don't lie because they're children and they're trying to figure things out. And so I think children, when they do lie, know that it's wrong, but they also don't want to get in trouble, right? So for instance, when my son was 6 or so and he came into the bedroom with Oreo cookies caked on his face and said, "Dad, can I have an Oreo cookie?" It's not because he had no moral filter or anything like that. He knew clearly what he was doing was wrong, but he would rather get more cookies, right? But you have to learn those things as a child. You're not going to, like, for instance, if we just let children get away with lying all the time and reward them for it, then they will lose that inner voice and start to lean towards the idea of, oh, well, lying gets me benefits. And that is what the truth is in this world. That's why there's liars everywhere, is because lying will benefit you. And that's why, that's why it happens, right? There's no reward for being honest here. There's no reward for, I thought that there was at one point. I was like, oh, I'll just come on my channel. I'll be honest. People will like me. No, it's not the way it works. Is people will still call you a liar. They'll call you every name in the book. It doesn't matter. There's no reward for being on the up and up, or trying to be honest with people. There's just no reward in that. You're not going to make money by doing that. And that's kind of the one of the things that sucks about my channel is that I'm never going to grow an audience simply because I'm honest. And nobody wants honesty. They want you to talk about whatever their worldview is. So what most people do is when they get to a position where I'm at, we're like, oh shit, if I'm honest, I'm going to lose my audience. I'm going to lose the ability to do this as a job. So you have an option then. You have an option to cater to your audience or see what happens and let it fall if it falls. And I'm unfortunately in the second camp where I'll never cuck and just say what the audience wants me to hear or wants to hear, even if it would be beneficial to me. Like becoming a Christian would be hugely beneficial to me. So, but that's not enough incentive. Is just, I'm just going to become a Christian because that's what my audience wants. Right.
Exactly.
So it sucks. You have to, but there's a lot of people out there that have, and I won't say names, but there's people out there who cater to a certain audience on purpose, right? And they even get big for it. There's people who have channels on other platforms or whatever you want to call it that they have given in to their audience, and they now kind of speak whatever the audience wants them to hear. And I think that it's might be true of Tucker Carlson, might be true of these kind of people, right? Where they might have had opinions at one point, but now they have to push that narrative. They have to push that side. So I don't want to ever be like that. I don't want to ever have to push a certain side. I don't want to have to push Christianity. I don't want to have to push this. No, I'm just going to tell you my honest opinion. But again, that's the quickest way to get people to turn on you, call you names, call you atheists, call you whatever. I've heard it all this week. It's been fun.
But it's also the same reason why we always come back and watch you every single time you come on. We love that about you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
But I do have one question about Behind the Curve.
Okay.
Did they require you to sign a waiver, to show your likeness?
Yep. And I've showed it before. The funny thing about it is in that paperwork, you can see that I circled the word God, what was it? On the up and up or something. So in that document, it said basically they can use you however they want. And I was the last person to sign because I refused to sign for the longest time. I'm like, no, I don't like the way this is worded. And that guy Daniel, who's a dirtbag because he basically lied to my face, just kept following me around and trying to talk me into it by saying that, no, we're trying to show flat Earth in a good light and this and that. So when I read the document again, at one point it says, God, I don't remember the words that were used, but it said something like, we're going to use your likeness, but it's on the up and up, or it's in good faith, right? It's in good faith. So I circled that and then signed it as kind of like a reminder to him or myself that, okay, this does say in good faith. So, and again, they've told lies before, because their lie is that they say when they went to North Carolina that they saw children there and they saw Mark Sargent telling children that the flat Earth was true or something. And they say at that point they decided to change. They had originally said they wanted to do it to put flat Earth in a good light. And then when they saw that, they said, oh shit, this is actually detrimental. So we're going to change our focus and we're going to put it in a bad light. That's what I've heard him say in an interview. The problem with that is I signed the document like at least a week after that event. So when they were following me around in North Carolina, basically trying to get me to sign, and then when he came out to the experiment when we got back and tried to get me to sign, according to their own testimony, they had already decided to make it a hit piece. So when he was following me around and telling me it's on the up and up and all this stuff. So it's funny because that means that they went into that experiment looking for a globe Earth proof. Like their intent was to see and that's why they kind of play that angle, like, oh, these guys, they failed the first experiment, they came back into the second one, and when the second one proved globe, they don't change their position, which is not true at all. Again, if somebody can show me good evidence in a experiment like that the Earth is curved, then I'll start to consider it. But no one's ever shown that, and I don't understand movies like this that made a ton of money from Netflix. I don't even know how much they made, but I would guess, I think they told me their budget was $10,000. They're probably made $200,000 or more off that movie. And
oh yeah, I'm sure they probably made a whole lot more.
Yeah, probably a lot more. You're probably right. And then to find out when I got back that like that girl had done a anti-Sandy Hook movie, or against the conspiracy theorists around that movie. And when I asked her, like, hey, can you send me a list of all, the work that you've done? Of course, she sends me everything but that. So it's so funny because, talk about dishonesty. Because she knew that if she sends me a video that shows that she's anti-conspiracies, then I would be smart enough to be like, no, we're not doing this film. So you learn, you live and you learn.
Hey, so the reason why I asked you about that is because I was actually, I live in Inglewood, Colorado. So they did some filming at one of the Flat Earth meetups there. And I'm in that movie. And I didn't sign any waiver.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I don't know if I have some kind of legal standing, but I'm just like in the background. I'm talking,
but it's in public.
Like what's that?
It's in public. See, I've always been confused about that. There is a law.
It is a private residence.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's a residence, but it's a private business.
I need to look into that law though, because I don't understand why there is a law that says that if you're in public, you can have no expectation of privacy. So that's one thing. But then on the other hand, I've seen people who go out and film in public and they have to get the people's permission to put them into the film. So I'm kind of confused by that's two different things. Do they have to get the people's permission? And then I started thinking, I think you have to get permission when you're going to make money from it. Otherwise, the person can go back and then claim that they should get a part of the money. Right. So, for instance, if you're in Behind the Curve and you show that you're in 45 seconds of it, do you have a claim to 45 seconds worth of, take whatever amount of money they made over the course of an hour and 15 minutes and then divide that out and figure out how much you would be owed for your 45 minutes? That might be what it is.
Right.
Something like that. But again, I don't think you'd win in a court case if you're just in the background. Now, if you were a main character or they were interviewing you or there was some piece of substance, then I think you might have a claim.
Well, so they did actually interview me, and I gave them my spiel. Like I talked for like a good, 3 to 4 minutes.
But they were, but they didn't use it.
They didn't. They cut that footage. They didn't use that.
Right.
But I'm still in the background, and I do understand the no expectation of privacy in public. But I was definitely inside the confounds of that business, because it was like some bar that had like an outdoor patio, volleyball, barbecue set up.
Oh yeah. With Jake the asshole was there, and Bob and all those people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, those guys are just, they're scoundrels. They're liars. They've, lied to me numerous times. Daniel stopped responding to me because I kind of went after him. But yeah, they're just garbage people. They came by my house and told me, hey, can I come by early? I want to see your laser. I want to talk to you about the experiment. So I was like, sure. So they came by, and if you see in the video, I'm not dressed nicely. I'm just sitting on my couch talking to the guy, and he had a camera, and I was like, oh, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to record this so I have, what we're doing on the experiment, this and that. Well, they put it in the movie. They put those scenes in the movie, which is just pissed me off because I didn't know you were filming for the movie when you just came by my house to talk to me. So anyway, what can you do? You can't cry over spilled milk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's definitely a shitty hit piece for sure. And, if I can stick it to them, I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, I thought that I had a chance because I did contact a lawyer who took all the paperwork and was looking through it and basically just said, he said, can you find an article? Can you find an interview? Anything where they say that you proved the curvature of the earth? And I looked and I could not find it. And he said, yeah, they're doing that on purpose because he's like, that scene at the end of the movie is real. It's a real scene, right? Like, yes, that's, that's me saying interesting. And he said, yeah, well, that's the problem is that they didn't make any claim about that scene. There's no, after that scene, they say, and this was the final result that the earth was curved. Nothing like that was said on purpose so that the viewer at home makes that conclusion themselves. Right. So they didn't say it. And so they're safe from any kind of, because they can just go to court and say, like, we didn't say that he proved curve. When did we say that? So how can I get them for saying, so I can't, especially it's like me inferring that. It'd be like me saying, oh no, and they're going to be like, well, we didn't say that. So why are you coming to that conclusion? So again, the problem is if you look across the internet, every single article from every single newspaper and every single online website, they all say that we proved curve. But again, they didn't get that from the movie. They just inferred that. So unfortunate.
Right.
But
they definitely inferred that. And right when they did that in the movie, like right when they felt like it was the aha gotcha moment, like that's when like my image is like clearly in the background. Like they could have blurred me out, Yeah.
Well,
like, I think I have a different claim.
And well, here's somebody who has a claim is Math Powerland did not give them permission to put him in there. And he's like a main character. Right at the beginning, they like draw a little cartoon of him and he gets all angry at Mark Sargent, and they kept putting videos of him from YouTube on there. So I don't remember what happened. I know he was going to go after them, but I think he's kind of a few sandwiches short of a picnic right now.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. All right. Hey, Jaron, thanks a lot for taking my call, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Peace. All right, let's get back over to, oops, what happened? I thought I dropped a call. Okay, let's go back, see if we got anybody here, and then we're going to move over pretty quickly. We've got Eyes to See in the house. What up, Eyes?
What up, Jaron?
How are you?
Good, brother. I just wanted to warn you with the Bible talk. The Jim Bob police are incoming, so be careful.
Watch out.
Sirens are coming in soon. So,
jeez.
But also, I wanted to actually talk about water, but in respect to the couple callers ago, Brenda, she, her, not he, him. I just want to make a statement and then ask a request.
Okay.
The statement is, I'm actually looking forward to buying your thumb drives, dude.
Awesome.
I got a bunch of stuff, and you make my research look like fucking. So guaranteed, you have a bunch of stuff in there that I would like to have. So I'm actually going to do the package deal.
Well, thank you. Awesome. That's awesome.
And then my request, in the chat, I put a link. So I'm actually, if you accept the request, I'm going to yield my time to play a video that I created a while back, a few years ago. And I'm going to dedicate this video to Brenda, she, her, not he, him.
All right. And it's this one here called Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Correct.
Okay, we'll play that. And that's your rest of your time?
That's my time.
All right. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. We
Later,
will
brother.
check this out later.
Good.
Let me drop him real quick and we'll be right with everybody. And let's get back over here. Where do we go? There we go. Nope. This one. Start over.
A dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon. Was it Felix? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, I don't. It's he wants to. I don't have a problem if he doesn't. But the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he's, wow, he's in space, look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
Since the beginning of mankind, people thought the Earth was flat. A giant disk underneath a firmament dome. The Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, science told us we live on a globe. A spinning ball shot into infinite space. They want us to believe that we are nothing but random stardust. Meaningless. But they're wrong. They lie. Wake up. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. Is a hoax. We never landed on the moon. Do you believe we are living on a rotating ball flying through space at thousands of miles per hour? Where is the curvature? Where? They control our minds. They control our thoughts. They control everything. Think twice. Think again. Wake up. The Earth is flat.
All right, thank you very much. And I just dropped the link to the channel here, Eyes to See, in both the YouTube chat and the Rokfin chat. So definitely give them a sub. Always sub the channels if you can, the flatter channels. And if you are, I'll talk about that later. All right, let's get back to see what we got over here. And we'll probably take another one or two, and then we're going to go to just Rokfin. And if anybody's got any crazy stuff to talk about that they can't talk about here on the YouTubes, we could do it over there. All right, so let's see. We're going to go to here. We've got, upside down guy in the house. What's up, Claptrap? I like Claptrapism way more. Just so you know.
It might be upside down guy.
I know it's going to be upside down guy. I figured that you've made the switch.
Do you want me to rotate?
You can do whatever you want to do. It's pretty incredible, though, that...
I mean, because the women tell me to rotate it all the time.
Oh, boy. Sounds exciting.
That was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
But,
no
Jesus. Comment. Are we live?
Unfortunately, yes. Shouldn't you call on the Rokfin side before you get me in trouble?
What?
So shouldn't you call me on the Rokfin side before you get me in trouble?
Do you see where I'm
at? No, you're...
I'm sidewalked. I'm sidewalk trapped.
How many drinks have we had?
None, no.
Oh,
but
come on.
I want to talk about
Brenda.
Brenda?
I thought you want to talk about Brenda. All right, go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Well, 3 ways. Did Brenda call in tonight?
Yep, to call me a liar and say that.
No, he called. I said he. But did Brenda call in tonight?
Yep, it's a regular thing.
That's horseshit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, no, I don't want to talk about that. I want to do a three-way with Brenda. We can call it all at the same time. But
That doesn't sound right at all.
What?
It doesn't sound right at all. Think about what you're saying before you say it.
No, I wanted to do a conversation.
Yes, you might want to include that.
I might have said three-way, but three-way.
Not
like,
might have.
If you're
Definitely
perverted.
did.
Okay, if you're that
Well,
perverted.
my mind's a
then
little bit in the
okay.
wrong direction most times. So
Everyone wants to do the three-way. They're like, no, join me in the call. Every time Brenda talks,
No,
they're like,
sorry.
join me in the call.
I'm sure I'm not the only
So-
one that hears three-way and does not think of a phone call. It's not just me. I'm not just the only person with their mind in the gutter.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Can I start over?
Do you need 3 minutes uninterrupted for your tirade?
No. Well, no, you can interrupt.
No, I'm going to start you at 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes. It starts now, and then I got to boot you, and then we're going to go to Rokfin. Go. You're on.
I thought we were on Rokfin. That's why I called in late.
Nope, we're still on YouTube. But go ahead. You're not going to get any more time added.
So I talk about killing the inner nigger. Or no, okay. Let's talk about realistic stuff.
He was joking. It was a joke. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
Humor.
Dude, I'm getting
part of a song.
I didn't call in last week. I was kind of.
I saw you in the chat though.
Well, yeah. Then okay. I don't want to. Okay, it's gonna get dirty. No dirty talk. Okay. Paranoia. I'm a foodophobic. I'm foodophobic right now. So do you know, like, would you drink tap water if it was the last thing you could? If you were dying of thirst, would you drink tap water?
Sure.
Okay, because you're selfish. Okay, but like this,
as opposed to dying, yes, I'll drink the tap water.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, all right. If that's the only other opportunity, I'm a foodophobic now, so I can't eat food without imagining like crop dusters just.
That's not a bad thing.
Fields. I'm a foodophobic, so.
Yeah, you're like me.
So like I literally
remember how like you used to
eat like like I'm also fatter than I should be. So like I'll eat like 8 bites a day, and then I'm just like, and then
it's not a bad thing.
The way you look at tap water is the way I look at food right now. Like if anyone eats an apple, do you understand that apple's wrapped with wax, but
not organic
before
apples.
Before the wax layer, they're sprayed constantly every 3 days with chemicals. Like, okay, Miracle Grow. Okay, it goes into the roots, but okay, I don't want to stir up controversy, but this is my own paranoia. I am a foodophobe, so I can't even eat food anymore without feeling like I'm drinking tap water. So imagine you drinking your tap water. Mm-hmm. That's like me going out to eat and eating a salad. So I'm like, there's so many chemicals sprayed on this motherfucker. And, that was the curse. Are we on Rokfin?
No.
Sorry, Marty. Sorry. What? Okay.
It's by the way, cybophobia.
Going out to eat.
Not food.
Going out. Cytophobia
with a B. Cybo.
Xenophobia. Xenophobic.
No. Cybo. CIBO.
You can get to the end of the alphabet real quick with my paranoia, but it's what I look at is every fruit is wrapped with wax, and then every fruit
not organic
is
fruits,
sprayed every 3 days, 2 or 3 days with pesticides.
True.
And then that pesticides hits the. Okay, I grow. I try to grow. Okay.
Let me ask you this. So I'm gonna keep you on. Let me ask you this though. Do you think men are less manly than they were 20 years ago, 50 years ago? Yes, men.
Men.
Do you think we have a lack of real men?
I think I heard the shut up and answer. So honestly, yeah, I think everything's getting gayer and gayer. The more convenience, the more it's mouse utopia 2020, like 20,000, like it's mouse utopia. That's all it is. It's the more convenience it is, the less there'll be a few strong men that will dominate like a strong breed of offsprings, but it's mouse utopia. A few strong men will.
Okay, so you're good at debunking. You're good at debunking things. I want you to debunk this for me. Ready? So atrazine, 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 right? It is.
That's making the frogs gay. Is that what's making the frogs gay?
Hold on a second. Well, let me tell you the story though. It is one of the number one most used pesticides in the world. It has been proven in scientific experiments.
All of it. Yeah, all of it.
Yeah. Okay. So if there's any reason, you're right. It's because of the fruits and vegetables that people.
That's like 1993. Hey, do you see? Can you scroll down? Do you see 1993 with your reference?
What?
It's 1993. That's like
what?
I don't know if 1993. I was born in '88, so I feel like that's almost. I don't want to say ancient history.
What is 1993?
Because you're the study that you just referenced.
No, it's been studied up to recently. Here's one from November 5th, 2020, from the Environmental Protection Agency, released an assessment today finding that the pesticide atrazine.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I think the first times before.
But we have to recognize is they're not going to put
Jones-
that through. They're not going to do any more tests on it, right? Because of the implications. Here's the thing. We can't have the government come out now and be like, oh, that pesticide that we've been putting on the fruits and vegetables for the past 30 years is causing people to become gay. They can never say that. So there can never be a test that shows that.
It's the mouse utopia. It's the comfort. It's the comfort of being quick.
I actually think this government wanted a civil war, and they're kind of realizing now that nobody's going to step up to the plate to do that. Men don't fight like that anymore.
It's dude. They're hoping to like. Did you hear back in like the World War II era, Germany had a two-front war, and they were being invaded while they had like a two-front war.
Yes,
but they were trying to have camps. So they're trying to make America's the new Edom. Okay. Maybe it might be too far.
No,
but
do you listen to
America's the next Edom, and it's going to be a two-front war.
You've been listening to Adam Green too much.
Russia and China.
Do you listen to Adam Green?
It's what I don't know what you're saying, but it's
do you listen to Adam Green? It's not a hard question.
What are you saying?
Do you listen to Adam Green?
Dude, I've been trying to promote it. I've been trying to connect you both, but Adam Green is so shut off. Like,
no, he's going to come on the show. We've already been talked. He's going to come on.
You talked to him?
Yep.
Well, he owes me $5. I want my subscribe star check.
Nope.
I don't really care.
Nope. Yeah, once you give a
Did you really talk to him? Dude.
Check text messages on the text. I will check text messages.
Okay.
All right, I gotta let you go.
I've looked at, everyone looks at the history of people, and if you look at the history of Adam Green, you'll be like, oh, he went to Israel. He went to Israel. Like, he got permission to go to Israel, and he mocked a lot of people. But he evolved to where he's now starting to put. He started mocking two views of this of pie. He mocked Judaism and the other thing, but now he's actually like.
But there's no problem with mocking.
Okay,
right? Mock all you want.
Well, there's Muslims, Judaism, and Christianity. It's three pies of the same thing.
Yes.
But for 2014, he only made fun of Muslim. Well, he didn't make fun. He combined Muslims and Judaism between Muslims and Judaism. But now he's finally talked. Like, it's literally like 4 months. Like, within 4 months, he's like starting to talk about Christianity and how it's all a cycle. Like, it's a
yeah. And he points out
it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know what's true anymore. The Earth might be flat. Like, and they're calling me stupid. So
all right, I gotta let you go. It's been fun as always. Later, upside down guy. All right, we've got nobody waiting there. We're going to go over to Rokfin And let me see. Oh, wait, I'm going to check text messages real quick for you. And then we will keep both open. I think the phone lines will be open. And we got another, we can do another 40 minutes or so. Let me check here. She said check text messages. Where is my text line? Every single week, if you've watched the show every week, you know I get to this point and it's, Jaren can't find the texts again. Nope. But I remember what I do. I just have to go, nope, that doesn't work either. I have to type in and go back to the site. Call. I'm not going to say the name of the site that I'm using because I tried to get them to give me a deal and they were like, no. And then I said, but I want to use your name. I want to say, let's go to the blankety blank phone lines. I just don't want to pay for your service anymore. So we'll see what they say. But we'll go here and let's go to what? Oh, okay. That's better. The thing just eats money like there's no tomorrow though. Let me go to here. I know I'll find it somewhere here. There we go. SMS queue, SMS new messages. Here we go. First one we got is Angela says, this is a reminder. It's time to harvest. I'm canning today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Angela Baby Carson. I homestead, rescue small animals, and spit truth. Jaren is the king. Much love all. Thank you very much for that, Angela Baby Carson. And we've got, it's Laurent, Laurent. All right. Your phone line is busy. You only have one line. I want to talk about not drinking water again. That is true. I think I only have 2 lines open. So if it's busy, it means both lines are taken. Because if I don't, I have to pay for you to wait on hold. And maybe that'll happen if they ever give me some sort of deal. But for now, I don't have that kind of money. All right. So that is it. And was there, I don't think there was any super chats. Let me check, though, just to make sure I don't be rude. No, none. All right. Let's go over to Rokfin. We're going to play some music on the way out of here. Let me find something good. Oh, wait, Tom McDonald comes out with a song tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow. Yeah. I like the Samson song. I'm going to go with Samson just because it's one of my favorites. I like it. And just such a surprise when I first heard it. Somebody sent it to me and I said, started listening to it and I thought it was like going the Christian direction. I was like, it's weird. I wonder why this person sent it to me. I was like, I like the beat though. I like the rap. And just the whole beginning, I thought for sure was talking about God until it got to the real God, Anthony Fauci. Let's check it out. And then after this is over, we're going to end the YouTube stream and then pick up over at Rokfin. So don't go anywhere if you're at Rokfin. If you're on YouTube, look for the link coming in a few moments. It's been fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Jeranism show. Till then, peace.
Every night before I go to sleep, I speak to the man that rules above. He helps get me through these trying times. He guides my way and gets me through the mud. As a mortal man, I put my life in your hands, cause I know you'll do everything to steer me straight. And because of that, a lot of people tell me that I'm wrong and they act like they're right, but it's clear they ain't. They smear your name, but I fear your reign. Some folks don't know how much you sacrificed, and when judgment day comes, they're gonna be sorry, cause they're all gonna have to pay a massive price. But I won't, cause I live for you. No matter how many of my peers doubt me, every breath I take and every step I make is in your name. That'll never change. Dear Fauci, Easter's coming up. Do you think that I could spend it with my loved ones? Maybe open up the window, let the wind blow. Maybe circulate the air, mix it up some. No, I was kidding too. It's just a little joke. I would never disapprove. I already put the chair 6 feet apart and cut a little hole in my mask big enough to get my spoon through. Yup. Yes, my lord. Vaccine cards are gonna get checked at the door. I don't care if my brother, my father, my mother doesn't have it. If they don't, they can go next door. They're not welcome at my table. I don't care if you've already had it. There ain't nothing you can tell me. This is fatal. I ain't buying into the junk that Trump sold you chumps. Fuck your narrative. I'm not gonna help you with your fable. I'm trying to keep my health stable. They don't even have their booster shots. They're my family and I love them to death, but they're gonna kill me if I let them in. Should I do it or not? And my friend keeps trying to convince me that he's fine cause he's been vaccinated, but it isn't the same. He only got 2 shots. That was 6 months ago. You gotta get free. Now the definition has changed. He better stop bitching cause he might need 4. Maybe every quarter of the year there might be more. Why would you ask questions at a time like this? I mean, I could loot a Nike store. Always talking about natural immunity, vitamin C and capsules of glutamine, water and exercise, going to the gym and eating healthy, zinc and potassium. Ooh-wee. He probably loves Joe Rogan, and that's why his views are inapt. I mean, fucking immune systems? How stupid is that? When have we ever relied on those? Yeah, exactly, I don't know. What, before 2020? Don't be a dummy, you know that was such a long time ago. This is more than the flu, misfortune and doom. This is apples and oranges, a fork and a spoon. Just 2 different things that you can't even compare. And if you wanna go there, you're a moron if you do. Idiot, probably doesn't watch the news. He probably does his own research. He's a doctor too, thinks critically, informs an opinion to the best of his advantage. I mean, I can't even talk to you. Have you not seen the SNL skits? States. Rest in hell. Piece of shit, don't even go there. I know you've heard the songs with Stephen Colbert. I know you've seen all of those vaccine musicals on the late night shows. How could you not? And if you don't believe those, I don't think that's what Fauci would want, huh? Nah, fuck the AIDS pandemic. That was way back in the 80s, man, forget it. I don't care that you got everything wrong back then, too. This is like way damn different. I'm willing to give you a second chance and a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Man, I don't like to get into the technical shit. Just tell me how many more injections to get. Gain of function. That's just Republicans saying some dumb shit. I don't count that, fuck it. It's not about how many mistakes you make. It's when you make a mistake and how you bounce back from it. And you're real fucking good at that. There's so many things that have come to light. You could probably do something horrible like kill a dog and nobody would even... Oh, right. I don't mind if you butchered beagles. You can murder my grandma. I wouldn't look at it as evil as long as one of them doesn't do it with their careless actions. Maskless, ruthless people. It's like folks don't believe in you anymore. All the faith and the trust is gone. I don't care that you put hounds 6 feet deep in the ground. I always root for the underdog. Alright, I'm done fucking around. Insanity is doing the same thing again and again and then expecting a different result. That's not the exact definition of the word. It was Einstein's, but it makes sense, so it holds. Look, if I was your fitness coach and I was giving you routines to get to your goals, but you kept getting fatter and you weren't getting thinner, would you keep paying for me to assist you? No. Or better yet, what if I was your physician and you came to me with a sickness and I'm supposed to fix it and I gave you a bunch of prescriptions and they didn't work over the course of 2 years? Would you find someone different? I think there's a good chance you would, and if you wouldn't, guess what? It's your choice, and that's the good thing about living in America, at least until now, you had a voice. This has been a pain in the ass for everybody. It's really been a bitch from the